Continuing with this book, Swami Vivekanand Life and Teachings, we have reached to chapter 15, The Hero Returns. Swami Vivekanand knew that Swami Abhedananda would be able to carry on the work successfully, and therefore he began to think about returning to India. It was arranged that he would sail from Naples. Mr. Goodwin and Mr. and Mrs. Seaver were to accompany him. Before he left, an English friend asked him, Swami, how do you like your motherland now after 4 years? Experience of the luxurious, glorious, powerful West. Swami's reply was, India, I loved before I came away. Now the very dust of India has become holy to me. It is now the holy land, the place of pilgrimage, the Tirth. Swamiji's homecoming was a great event. The people of India had learned to love and admire him ever since the days of the Parliament of Religions. His names had been, it's not names, his name had often been in the papers on the lips of the people, and they looked upon him as a great hero. Previously, the people of India felt weak and helpless. Now they felt stronger. Swamiji's success in the West gave them self respect. Therefore, when he returned, the whole country rose to do him honor. The ship arrived at Colombo on January 15, 1897. Swamiji was filled with joy and excitement. This was India. Once more, he was to walk upon her holy soil. He did not know about the preparations that had been made to receive him. Reception committees were formed in the large cities, and newspapers wrote editorials about him. One of his brother monks was at Colombo to receive him, and others were on the way or in Madras. When he stepped ashore in Colombo, he found a huge crowd of people waiting to see him. Those who were near rushed to touch his feet. Then a huge procession was formed, hymns were sung, many people threw flowers in the path before Swamiji. He stayed in Colombo for several days. He gave lectures and received visitors, the poor as well as the rich and powerful. He had planned to travel from Colombo to Madras by steamer, but many telegrams poured in from different cities asking Swamiji to stop for at least a few minutes. He changed his plans and travelled overland by train and carriage. At every town he will find people waiting to receive him. Often triumphal arches has been built for him. There were long processions with bands, fireworks, cannons and rockets. He would be presented with an address of welcome and in return would make a short speech. He crossed over to the mainland by steamer, landing at Pamban. Here he was met by the Raja of Ramnand and many people. All over home welcomed Swamiji with joy. The horses were taken away from Swamiji's carriage, and the Raja himself and many others pulled the carriage through the streets. The next day, Swamiji visited the temple of Rameshwaram. This reminded him of his wandering days, for he had visited the same places 4 years later. What a difference! There he was, an unknown monk who had travelled through India on foot. Now he was famous, and great men competed with each other to show him honor and respect. The triumphant tour continued. Swamiji passed through town and towns, Ramanad, Madura, Kumbakonam, and many other places. Everywhere, immense crowds gathered to meet Swamiji, to see him and listen to his words. The climax came when he reached Madras. As many as 17 triumphal arches has been put up for him, and many groups presented him with addresses. Swamiji stayed in Madras for 9 days. He delivered several important lectures and met many peoples. So this is it. Thank you.